Hello, it's Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising here at our Fall Fundraising Festival. Well, now is the time that we are going to review last year's campaign. Let's take a look at your 2016 results, because sometimes in order to take a step forward, we have to take a step backward first. So we use this time now to look at what happened last year, to focus on the bigger picture of how we're doing, and to check out our current budget situation and goals for this year campaign. We need to really get a great sense of where we are right now and figure out what worked last year and maybe some of the things that didn't work out so well. So it's going to help us really put everything in perspective and provide us with a realistic foundation for our year-end fundraising and our projections. And when we talk to the board and the executive director, we are going to have a good sense of what we did and what we can expect to do this year, and that's important. So we're going to, number one, review last year's campaign. Number two, analyze our current fiscal situation. Then three, analyze our strategic goal progress and operations. How are we doing so far this year? We on target? We doing better than we expected? A little worse than we expected? We want to analyze that. 4, we want to set goals for our year-end campaign. And if you did a year-end campaign last year, and I'm sure you did, you're going to have notes, whether they're on paper or in your head, on what went well and what you'd like to do differently. So please make sure to review those notes. Review your results, because that way you can definitely improve in all those areas this year. It gives you a good opportunity to think about all the different areas, all the different components, and get creative and excited about what you can add too. And then maybe creative about what you need to maybe take out that didn't work. Hopefully it all worked well for you. All right, but this is a good chance to refresh your memory on who contributed, how much was raised, and start thinking of new, creative, fun strategies to improve our year-end performance this year. Make this fun, because it is fun. It's an exciting time year-end for a fundraiser. Here are some things to consider in step 1. And questions and review. How much was raised last year? Was it above or below expectations? Why? 2, how many supporters engaged with your campaign? Do you know how many? 3, who donated to your year-end campaign? Have they engaged with your organization since? What was the theme of your campaign last year? How did people respond to it? What was your story? Did they like it? I hope so. And what materials, channels, and strategies did you use to engage your audience? How effective were they? And how did you follow up with and thank supporters for their contribution? I hope you did a good job with that. And how were the funds raised used to further your mission? What was the impact? All right. So if possible, try to get your last year's team together, debrief, brainstorm, discuss challenges, successes, and think about different things you can do this year, how you can do it differently, if need be. And it's always fun to mix it up a little bit. It's strategically important to always improve. So you want to add to everything, make it better. And this brainstorming and discussion is going to help make sure that everyone's on the same page in terms of expectations and goals, and it makes your whole team feel a part of this. And that's important as a development director. This is a huge time for you, and you want to give that sense of importance and sense of teamwork to your entire staff and team there. So make them feel a part of it, and they'll be much more forthcoming with what they like and new ideas and possibly what they didn't think was so great last year. So you need all that input. So you know that your year-end campaign is all about fundraising. It's all about fundraising. So it's crucial to take your current budgetary situation into consideration when setting your goals for this campaign. It's always really important to sit down with your executive director and find out exactly what he or she and the board have been discussing about the budget and where they are right now, and if they are thinking that perhaps they'd like for you to bring in more money for year end. I've never been asked to bring in less, but I guess that could happen. So in addition to your last year's campaign results, here's some other things you can think about. Has the organization's financial situation changed in the last year? Are there any unmet financial needs? How will the funds raised affect your mission and operation? And depending on your organization's finances, you may want to consider integrating some of those numbers into your campaign theme. But be sure to frame it in a positive way, not a desperate call for donations, all right? Always be positive with your asks and make it a positive impact. An effective year-end initiative should go beyond just a specific financial goal and include goals for where the money raised can be used and where you need your money, where it's going to be used. This can certainly be helpful in creating your campaign theme. But obviously, the ultimate goal of your campaign is to increase revenue. But a more specific idea will help give your campaign additional direction. And it's really fun to have something specific to create your theme and your story around. So don't be afraid to be creative and to think outside the box with your goals. Your year-end campaign is a great opportunity to work with branding the organization, acquire new donors, raise your public profile, or even recruit volunteers. Aim for whatever makes sense for your organization. But remember, step number 1, keep your goals realistic, measurable, and specific. All right, well, that is step 1, fundraising plan for 2017. Okay, and this is Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising saying catch up with us at blockbusterfundraising.com, joyolsongroup.com, and hundreds of free YouTube videos with great fundraising tips waiting for you now at our YouTube channel. Bye-bye. Thanks for having been here today. See you tomorrow.